I feel like I got to play so many different kind of emotions throughout the film, from being sassy to being a badass journalist. But to lose out on so much time at this age, when there's so much you want to do, is something that I really feel bad about. What things like photo shoots and all do is it shows people how you can look like this and you can also look like this. You know, it helps directors imagine what you would look in a sari, what you would look like if you were playing a very urban, modern girl, or whatever it is. But I got trolled a lot for how I looked, and so it took me a long time to deal with that side of fame or showbiz or whatever. I really like what Priyanka Chopra has done. You know, she's done so many things. She's won Miss World, she's acted in Malayalam, she's acted in Tamil, she's acted in Hindi, she's become a star there, she's working in Hollywood. So I like looking up to women who achieve things that are deemed impossible.
Hi Malavika.
Hi.
I'm Kaushik, and welcome to this chat on Pinkvilla. So I'm starting this new segment with you, so happy to start with you.
Yay, that feels very special.
Yeah, and welcome to Chennai also. Like I saw your tweet a few days back that Chennai is your favorite city. So like why is Chennai your favorite city? Let's start with Chennai.
Chennai is my favorite city because I have a lot of good friends here.
Okay.
People I'm very close to and very excited to meet every time I visit the city. So that's what it's always the people that make a city. You know?
Yeah, and off the record when we were just having a chat about Maaran, you were saying that you had a role with substance and you have a lot of importance in the story. So can you again say like what exactly you have in Maaran? Like, I think you're a journalist in that film, and the film has a very serious storyline revolving around politics and how this journalist tackles them. So what is it with Maaran and Malavika?
Maaran and
Mama. Mama.
When they narrated the final story to me, what excited me the most was that the girl's character, Tara, her name in the film is Tara. It's a name I really like, personally too. I think if I have a girl child, I'll name her Tara.
Wow.
But what I found really interesting was Tara was very different a character from what I have played in my previous two Tamil movies. Rita was a more rural character, village girl. Master was a young professor, girl next door. And Tara is a very independent, ambitious, sassy city girl. So that difference is always what excites me because as an actor you never want to get stereotyped. You know? If you do 2-3 films in a row which are very similar, then you go into like that one particular zone, and more directors start approaching you only for that. And I do believe that look-wise I see myself, I have done films where I've fit into such different kind of roles. So I want to keep experimenting with that. So Tara is, I liked that she was not your typical coy, shy
Girl next door.
Which are most of the roles that come to you. See, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, it's nice to have a variety. So this was really nice, and you know, and she has a lot of, even as an actor, I feel like I got to play so many different kind of emotions throughout the film. From being sassy to being a badass journalist to having really emotional scenes, intense scenes, sad scenes, love bits. So it was like a full range of everything. So that was nice.
Yeah. And after seeing the trailer also, like we could see that Dhanush sir is an alcoholic journalist, because like there's one dialogue saying that Ivanna Kudigara Paya being Ramay, there'll be a dialogue. And Master also, there was this alcoholic professor and you help him turn a new leaf and you help him transform. So is there a similar arc here also, like you helping an alcoholic youngster to transform his life? Or is it just a coincidence?
Well, clearly I have a type when it comes to men. It's supposedly alcoholics. No, I'm kidding. That's just a coincidence. That's a pure, even I saw a lot of fan tweets pointing out the similarities, but that's a pure coincidence. And I would say Dhanush sir's character has a lot more to him than that. He's not defined just by that one. You know, it's not like this whole premises around him being an alcoholic. It's not like that. So it's a very different character. It's not similar to Master. It might come across like that in the trailer, but it's not like that.
Right. And can you recollect your first day first show memories of Peta and Master? I'm sure you would have seen both the films here in Chennai with all those fans, and two huge mass heroes. And can I just recollect those memories because it would be interesting, I guess.
When I went for PETA first day first show with my mother, and that was the first time I was ever watching a Tamil movie in Chennai first day first show.
Oh, okay.
So PETA was my first experience.
Which theatre? Rohini or Albert? Vetri?
I think it was Rohini.
Rohini, okay.
I think it was Rohini. So that was my first experience ever, seeing that kind of craze and madness. And even my amma always wanted to see a Rajnikant movie first day first show. And so it was like both, it was like I was also part of that movie. But I was very new at that point. I was not known. It was my first movie in Tamil. And then cut to, by the time like I went for a first day first show in Master, a lot more people knew me, so the kind of reaction also that I got was very overwhelming, and it was like a sudden jump for a one movie jump, So it was like nobody, when I went for PETA first day first show, nobody knew me. And then suddenly Master, because the movie also had so much buzz around it, and it was this huge
post-pandemic biggie,
the Jessard movie. Because of the canvas of the film, I think a lot of people knew me even before the movie released. So when I went for the theatre, there was so much of love from the fans that I was like, wow, this is like a big
Rohini
jump.
Again or like some other theatre?
Where did I go? I'm very bad at remembering. I think I went to Rohini for Master and I went to some other theatre for PETA.
Okay. So some other theatre. Okay. And do you miss those mad mass hero theatre vibes for Maaran, because like it's going to come on OTT? And Dhanush sir is another big mass hero. And you were mentioning Karnan yesterday, like when we were talking that it's among your favorite films. And Karnan had such a big run in theatres. So will you miss those mad first day first show scenes in theatres? Yes.
I'll be honest. Yes. That's a different experience only, no? I mean, of course, you're going to watch the movie, be it theatrical or OTT, but that sort of a theatrical experience of watching it in a group with people who are equally enthusiastic about watching it, that's like an entirely different fun, which you don't get to do often. So I will definitely miss that. But having said that, it's a good film. So I hope people like the film.
Yeah, because the theatre, like when we saw the trailer also, we thought it would be a good theatre mood film, because like when you see some trailers, you'll think that okay, this is a nice theatre mood film. On some trailers, they'll give, okay, it's a strong content-based film, we can see it at home and all. But this looks like a theatre film, and Dhanush sir fans also, obviously, they are like slightly disappointed that it's coming on OTT. So
it's okay. We'll celebrate online.
And you said that a good film will always get its audience whether it's on theatre or OTT. So and a lot of big films have also come out on OTT, and
absolutely. So many big Tamil films have come out on OTT which have done so well.
Correct.
So
And talking about the pandemic, like the past 2 years, like a lot of us, we've lost prime years in our career, and like it's been a pretty frustrating time.
This is a term I used yesterday while talking to you, no?
So that's why just borrowing a few bits and pieces.
It's like the conversation Anirudh and me had during the lockdown. We were getting so much FOMO. We were like, we're losing so much precious time at the prime of our careers.
And these past 2 years, what are the biggest regret when it comes to your career, and what are the new things that you could acquire? Of course, when you have time, you can also learn new things, explore new things. Like what is the positive side of the pandemic, and what is the regretting side of the pandemic?
The regretting side is that my career was it is still going, but it was going at such a nice momentum. Since I signed Master, there were back-to-back movies. So, and very interesting roles as an actor to get into. And because of the pandemic, it all came to a standstill. So that momentum was there, and then long pause, then again one more movie, then again second lockdown. So that is a regret. I wouldn't have felt as bad if I was 70 or 80 when the pandemic happened. Then, you're anyway chumma sitting in front of the TV or, playing with your grandchildren or whatever people do at that age. But to lose out on so much time at this age when there's so much you want to do is something that I really feel bad about. And on the personal front, I love traveling. So I really wish I could have traveled to a lot more places in the last 2 years, which didn't happen. But that's a much smaller regret. The work is the big regret. And the plus side was the time I got to spend with family. I'm anyway a family person. I live with my parents. But we got to bond a lot. So that was the plus side.
Right. And so after Maaran, like you said that you're into this 3-film Bollywood deal with Excel Entertainment, and you're also going to be doing a Telugu film. So it's going to be a happening post-pandemic period for you. So
Yes.
best time of your career, no?
Yes, I would. Most exciting time of my career so far. I've waited a very long time to. I've waited a long time. I've been very selective about what I've done in each industry. So it's very nice that despite being that selective, when you have back-to-back work, which means a lot of work is coming your way. And I waited a long time for this, so I'm really grateful and happy.
Yeah. So the announcements are going to come out, right? The official announcements. I think you're going to do an action-based film, right? The Bollywood one, Yudra.
That's come out. That we are almost done shooting for it.
Okay.
It's Yudra. It's with Siddhant Chaturvedi. It's produced by Farhan Akhtar and Ritesh Sidhwani. Excel Entertainment is the banner. So that we're almost done with. I'm getting into a Telugu film in April. That they'll announce, I think, in a couple of weeks.
So you'll be exploring newer genres compared to Peta, Master and Maaran. So it's going to be more variety.
I'm bored of playing serious roles in every movie. I'm playing serious. I'm crying. I'm deprived. I'm downtrodden. Now I'm like, now I want to, please make me romance. Please make me like do some action. Like give me something. Give me like a different set of things to do. Now I'm tired of crying.
Coming to your photo shoots, because Malavika Mohanan, like on one side you're this happening actress, and on the other side you're this huge viral sensation. Like whenever you do a photo shoot, it's like it blows away the net. So is there any like a conscious idea or a strategy or a team behind this? Because each time you hit the bullseye with your photo shoots.
My social media is entirely the brainchild of my publicist, and who's also my best friend, Abhinav Singh.
Item bomb, right? Like you
the
keep
item
tagging.
bomb. The item bomb. He's the brainchild behind all everything that you see on social media is all him.
Right.
And I would say that it's really helped me because after I did Peta in Tamil, I had this image of, I played a rural character.
Demure.
Like a demure girl. So when people were casting for like say a Vijay Sir movie or a Dhanush movie, they were looking for like slightly more glamorous roles. They were not really thinking of me because they didn't know how I looked in that version. What things like photo shoots and all do is it shows people how you can look like this and you can also look like this. It helps directors imagine what you would look in a sari, what you would look like if you were playing a very urban modern girl or whatever it is. And I would say like it's totally because of how we use social media as a tool is how I ended up getting master. So if you use social media right, it sort of helps you accelerate your growth when it comes to the movies. So it goes pretty hand in hand. So that way I think it's become like a very important business tool.
So it's a weapon in your arsenal, social media. And along with social media, of course, you have millions of followers on Instagram, and of course on Twitter also you're not that active, but still whenever you're on Twitter, like there's so much attention.
No, I have whenever like I see some weird comment, it's like I feel this itch to like just go ahead
block him.
So no, I don't block. I give them like some reply.
Okay.
So my instinct to tweet only comes when I see weird comments.
Right. There's so much attention around you, like whether be it the paparazzi that follows you in Mumbai and Hyderabad, or whether you're on social media and whether doing all these interviews and stuff, and that requires a certain mental toughness, thick skin. So like what's your advice to people who are always on social media? Because even for us, people like me, like we are always on social media, we come across so much negativity, trolls, people bad mouthing and all that. So how do you deal with it, and what's your advice to youngsters like dealing with all this social media negativity?
Firstly, I feel that being in this business, being an actor, makes you extremely thick-skinned. I was not thick-skinned when I started off. Nobody is, we are all protected by, most of us are protected by our parents, and we grow up in such secure environments where any sort of criticism also when it comes to your way, it's put forth so sweetly and so nicely.
Sugar-coated.
It's sugar-coated. And then you get into acting and nobody prepares you for how harsh a world it is out there, Of course, there will be love that will be coming your way if you're really lucky. But in most cases, it's a lot of criticism. And I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready as in I didn't know that side existed. So when I signed my first movie, everybody was like, oh, now you're going to become a star. Everybody talks like that, you know. And my first film that released in Malayalam didn't do well at the box office. And I had a lot of like criticism come my way for the way I looked and, you know, people don't believe it now. People are like, oh, you look so good now, you know. But I was very thin at that point. And in an industry like Malayalam, I think they were more used to like, more like curvy body types when it came to women. I personally believe every body type is beautiful, and it's your unique it's your unique thing that makes everybody you know attractive in their own way. But I got trolled a lot for how I looked, and so it took me a long time to deal with that side of fame or showbiz or whatever. And over a period of years, it's made me so thick-skinned that now if I see a comment, it doesn't even bother me. It's just like, you know...
Thug life.
It's just like, whatever, you know, this person has an opinion. That's okay. So, yeah, like, I've finally reached a point in my life where I can laugh at myself. And not take trolling too seriously.
So life is very short, Nanba. Always be happy.
Always be happy.
Yeah. And coming to your film talks at home, because you're from a film family, your dad is a very famous cinematographer. Like, is there a lot of film talk at home? Like, does he keep advising you about your career, or are you your own person? So, how's the vibe at home related to cinema?
My parents are very, I think they have like a perfect balance. They have never pushed me towards something I don't want to do, and they have never stopped me from something that I do want to do. And they're always supportive, they're always there, they're very open-minded, and which I'm so surprised by also, because they grew up in like a very conservative Malayali town, and they had a very conservative upbringing. But my mother, for example, is so, you know, she's so okay with me going out there and doing whatever I want to do, as long as I'm not hurting anybody, harming anybody, unless it's not excessive. She's okay with like me being my own person, and I really, really appreciate her for being so open-minded and so liberal. It's a tough industry to be in if you don't have supportive parents. I can tell you that, you know, because there's so much of insecurity, there is so much of ups and downs. Every release is different. You know, if a film is a hit, everybody likes you. If a film is a flop, people are saying bad things about you. So you need a secure home to come back to, which is why even in my personal life, even if I'm, you know, like with somebody romantically, I like something that's serious. I like something that's secure. I want something that's long term. I'm not looking for momentary fun. I'm never looking for something frivolous. I'm always looking for something serious, because you need at least one part of your life to
anchor you,
to be secure. You know, otherwise it's just too much.
Very fickle film
it's
world,
very
right?
fickle. It's very fickle, and you can't take it serious. You can never take fame seriously. It'll be there one day it'll not be there. You know, it's your family and your loved ones that are going to be there. So it's very important to have your head in the right place, otherwise it can really mess you up.
And what kind of films you watch with your dad, and like what are the kind of film conversations, or are there no conversations about films at home?
We talk about films. Even my brother is, he's an archaeologist. He studied history, but he's also a lot into, he composes music, and he's also getting into composing background scores for advertisements and films now. So we all sit and watch films sometimes, have discussions about how a film is edited, like a lot about the technical aspects and, you know, opinions of, like we just all saw Batman. We were all commenting on like what each person thought. So we have a lot of discussions on films at home.
And Women's Day specific question. First of all, Women's Day wishes to you.
Thank you.
And keep rocking. And as a woman, and from the perspective of a woman, like what's the best part about our industry, and what are the things that need to change from a woman's perspective, I'm asking?
Best part about our industry is I really like how Tamil industry treats female artists. There is so much respect, there is so much love, so much warmth. I haven't acted in Telugu yet, like I'm about to, so I don't have that as comparison. But I really like how I've been treated here. I really like that. A negative thing, I would say, like better roles can be written for women. Even in films which have like really big male actors, you can have like good parts for women in that too. Like, why the disparity? You know, so that needs to change.
So Maaran is a step in the right direction in that sense.
Well, I hope so. I hope so.
And yeah, and in general, like, are you a very planning kind of a person, or are you just you just go with the flow? Because I'm asking about your vision, your career vision for the next 5 years, say. Like, do you plan that long, or you just go with the flow?
You know, the thing with this industry is you can't plan, you know.
That
how
too,
can you plan? Like,
yeah.
if it's a different profession, like if you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, you can plan. Okay, you know, by so and so age, I want to finish this course. Then by 30, I want to, you know, become a heart surgeon or this surgeon or whatever. But we live in such a luck-based industry that you can dream, but you can't plan. You know, so you can just go with the flow. Try to maintain a positive headspace. I think that's very important. And just try to do the best. But any
benchmark that you have set for yourself, any benchmark or an inspiration that, like, you aspire to be like this guy, you aspire to be at this level, like a dream in that direction, like anything of that sort?
I feel like keeping up with the current times, because now the whole world is our oyster. Because the lines between all the industries, even internationally, it's all blurred. You know, Indian actors are acting in, Dhanush is acting in, you know, like a Hollywood. So there is so much of work happening everywhere that, like, I really like what Priyanka Chopra has done. You know, she's done so many things. She's won Miss World, she's acted in Malayalam, she's acted in Tamil, she's acted in Hindi, she's become a star there, she's working in Hollywood. So I like looking up to women who achieve things that are deemed impossible. So those kind of women, no matter in what field, they really inspire me, because it shows that their willpower is stronger than what people around them are saying, and that's very inspiring.
And for current gen actors, of course, TV, OTT, they're all like booming new mediums. So it's not just cinema. So and like a lot of your contemporaries have also like ventured into OTT and TV, and they're also seeing success. So there are a lot more opportunities for your generation actors to...
Lot more opportunities. So many, like, I would say OTT has definitely created a lot more opportunities for people. And you never know from where somebody is going to click, you know. It doesn't have to be like a big Bollywood debut or a big Tamil debut anymore. It could be, you could click on, like, you know, your web series could be a super hit. You could click from there and then come into cinema, or already be a big actor in cinema and then try to, like, take up a challenge, do a good character, you know. So there are no rules anymore, and I think that's very nice. Your performance speaks at the end of the day. Hi, this is Malavika Mohanan, and please like, share, and subscribe to Pinkvilla.